if I had to say fresh as a daisy, I could actually use that for AR sir. We're doing this, at the time that we're doing this, is way into the night. And so many people end up saying, but it's normal for AR Rahman sir. He starts in the night. But thank you so much, sir, just for having the most incredible energy and for joining us on B4U. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's this? People always have their quirks over a period of time. But really speaking, does your day start at like 6, 7 in the evening and then goes on till like the daylight?
It depends. When I was young, I would start at 3. It'll go till morning 6.
Wow.
Now, sometimes I work like that. Sometimes I work. It depends on the jet lag. I come from the US. Sometimes I start at morning 5.
Okay.
Finish prayers, start at 6, and then we go till 8.
Right.
And the other clock, everybody knows, the world knows.
Yeah. But how did you ever have even a work life? Like, how did people adjust everywhere? I mean, how did it work? I mean, it must have been difficult initially also to get them to your timetable.
I just realized that the biggest boon was the studios in my house.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So most of the creative work happens there.
Right.
Directors coming, meeting.
Yeah.
So when people come there, I don't lose time in traveling.
Correct.
Traveling, sometimes you take half a day goes off in just traveling.
Yeah.
So they're all coming for different work,
Right.
but I'm constantly working with different people.
Right.
So there's a productivity about that.
Over a period of time, I think everyone's always had this big question about A.R. Rahman. How does he keep reinventing himself? Not just in one market. You're staying relevant in different markets. You're just, by the way, winning an Oscar, you're winning a Grammy, you're doing all this in different continents, different sensibilities. Now it's a lot easier, you say, because of OTT and all that. But was it a huge, cultural shift also?
Terrifying.
Yeah, huge, right?
It's terrifying. I think I have to feel I'm blessed because I respect different traditions. I don't ridicule anybody.
Yeah.
That shows. And I look at the people who are coming to me, they help a lot. Like if a director comes in, he or she kind of reflects that culture so they know exactly what should take, what they should avoid. Sometimes they're surprised, sometimes they feel like something could be better.
Yeah.
So I trust them a lot. So, yeah.
So which has been the toughest market to please, so as to say? When they say that music has no language and no barriers, is it true?
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. And what they're also looking at is how there's a different interpretation to the things which they've already... Like I'm doing a movie in Malayalam now, Arajit, The Goat Life.
Yes.
And I've not been almost 30 years since I've done a movie there, like a big movie. And so I was like terrified. What if they throw it in my face? So when people say, oh, it's doing well in the UAE, it's doing well in Kerala, I feel like, oh, thank God. Yeah. So it could be easily...
But do you keep track of how things are going? You know how you have actors that will keep track of box office numbers? I mean, when you're scrolling on your phone, are you keeping track of what's happening about A.R. Rahman in the news?
I do.
Yeah?
I do sometimes. Sometimes I just ignore. I feel like it's too much because you can't control the world. You are on Earth. Yeah. Earth is not on you. Yeah. You're not holding Earth. So what's going to happen is going to happen. Yeah. You can be just honest and do your stuff.
But you've actually remained unscathed for quite a while. I mean, a lot of, when you have long careers, you'll have ups and downs. And yes, there was a time, and I have to ask you this, when people used to say that he's a genius. But at times when they said if he could be repetitive, did that ever hurt you?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good because not everybody is listening to every work I'm doing.
Yeah.
They're only listening to what they're exposed at that time.
True.
They are seeing a promo which has been cut badly, which have a certain section which is annoying. Yeah. The good section's left out.
True.
So you have to look at all the way it's exposed and why they're criticizing. Oh, this is because they're criticizing. Okay, let me put this one. Yeah. What about this now? Yeah. So there are many factors.
And the whole of it, you only get to know much later, actually.
Exactly, yeah. And some of them are hateful. Some of them are, why they're saying it.
Of course.
Then you go back to where they are from. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. And I mean, there will also be a jealousy factor because you managed to stay on top for so long. And I say it, whenever I meet Priyanka, I find her so wonderful. Whenever she comes here, she's always on time, just like you. By the way, if there's an 8 o'clock time, sir is at 7:55. Be ready about that. The professionalism is top notch. I think sometimes I feel that sort of goes by the wayside here if you've been here too long. In your case, no.
Now, I feel like what I've realized is if you lose money, you can gain back.
Yeah.
If you lose even health, you can gain back.
True.
Time,
Yeah. And respect.
your youth,
Yeah, you
it
can't.
doesn't come back.
Yeah.
And so we have to, that's one thing I keep telling my son, my kids also, like when you are performing, because people have left everything.
Yes.
They're buying the tickets, they dressing up, coming for your concert. So better give the best concert to them. Don't waste the time.
And you have to see the concert that Sir does. Before I get into this most incredible part of him being able to manage different kinds of films at the same time, how do your kids feel knowing that their dad's you? When the friends ask them, how do they respond? I mean, you're really famous, and they'll say, are they paying bills everywhere? Saying, no, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And is there how do second generation of superstars, how do they deal with it? What is your motto at home to make sure that they stay
I just
grounded?
annoy them a lot. When parents annoy you, that means it's a good thing.
Yeah.
They're asking you uncomfortable questions because they want you to survive. The rat race.
Do they ever ask you, Papa, are we rich? Have they ever asked you that? Or, can we buy this? Can we buy that?
No, I keep telling them, like, everything's volatile in life, except what you're built with.
Yeah.
Your character, your expertise, and your faith.
Yes.
Everything else is volatile. Everything can go. If you look at Palestine, people had buildings and that stuff, and then if you look at Ukraine,
Yes.
That's such a beautiful country.
Yeah.
And so when war comes or a natural disaster comes, and everything might go, but your integrity and what you strive for in your life, that stays with you. Your goodness will stay with you. Your deeds is going to stay with you. And they were laughing, and I was out for a concert tour, and then I saw them on FaceTime where they come onto the terrace because they're all flooded. I said, I told you last week, see what happened.
Oh.
So it's true. And if you know this factor, that we're all volatile, it puts you grounded.
Reality checks are very, very important, as long as the checks keep rolling in. But I'll tell you why, he's such a genius also. There was a time when I used to think that designing music for horror films is very difficult because one sound engineer told me silence is very important, Salil. There's too much sound. I think even sport is very difficult to design music for because sometimes people just want to get to the important part. Like when we used to watch Rocky films, I used to want to see his training and his fight quickly. So there's a
Cut to the chase.
Yeah, it's hugely difficult for a person who's creating BGM and creating sound for it. Is it extremely challenging?
It's okay to do the first time.
Okay.
When you're doing the fourth film, how do I convince myself that I'm doing a good work on this or my work is elevating the movie? That's the question I was asking. Right. And if I do just because they come to me, I have to just do like work, then I failed myself. So that is for Maidaan, that was the question constantly. What is there in it for me, my contribution to this movie that would make it different from if I just do it like a work?
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you enjoy the process of letting people know what you've done? Or promotion as they call it, or because a lot of actors, I remember Al Pacino saying this once, if I give 100 interviews, the 100th person that I'm meeting 17 hours later is meeting me for the first time. So I will give the same energy that I gave for the first time.
True.
But he said promotion is very important. There's important me doing work if people don't know about it. Do you enjoy this process?
I think it's very, very important because you can do the best song, best BGM. If people don't care about it, people don't watch it. I wouldn't say it's a waste. It's there for posterity. But then the gratification of seeing people watch, you're doing it. You're getting paid for people to watch. And if that's not done, then you feel like you failed in a way.
Correct.
So it's important to understand why are they taking a movie for $100 million and promoting it for $125 million.
Correct. That's one of the most important parts. The product reaching out to the masses is far more important than sometimes than the product itself.
That means you need to believe on the product first of all, make a beautiful product, and then promote it. So you can't afford to go wrong.
When I see the range in the last month or two, you must have done this some time back also. Do you go for, how people switch between channels? Do you switch between your work also that time? Say, supposing the most recent in our hands right now, say Chamkila and this, you go back and forth and different studios and check, okay, the sound was good here, I'll go there. Do you do that?
Ours is a very, very exhausting process.
Okay.
Because you set the standards,
Yeah.
you give for mixing,
Yeah.
then you find a fault. Said, I've told you not to do this. Why did you do that? Then again go back. So for Adujeevitham,
Yeah.
we recorded one of the language versions and I heard it. I said, this is really like a dubbing song. Changed the lyrics fully.
Wow.
Went back and
In the final mix.
in the final mix.
Wow.
And because the Malayalam was done,
Right.
Hindi was done. Prasun Joshi wrote
Yes.
the Hindi. And another language. So we just literally had to change the lyrics and say, because if I'm putting out something like that, I should quit.
Wow.
And if I don't like my own song
Yeah.
because of the lyrics, so I should quit. And that day, I should quit. That's my...
Who was the person in front who was facing the brunt?
No, my engineers. As I said,
Wow,
like,
okay.
this is not... This just fill up.
Yeah.
So we need to make this amazing or let's not do this.
Correct.
Yeah, the day you lose your honesty, I think you should quit.
But how do you maintain objectivity? I think a lot of people,
See,
especially the bigger,
humanly possible. When there's time
yeah,
and something can be done better,
yeah,
you confront it and you correct it. If you say, no, it's fine. Then when the day you say it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's exhausting.
But is it humanly possible to be absolutely at 100% for every single time? In your case, like for over the years, have you felt ebbs?
I mean, why are they paying me? I'm not doing it free. I'm actually deceiving these people. I'm deceiving God. I'm deceiving myself.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not true as much as possible. If I'm humanly not possible, it's slipped out. Then I just said, damn.
Yeah,
But mostly, I think I just go scan it. I just go at random times and check things. And
Wow, imagine being one of the engineers and having AR just coming and knocking on the door. It's just be incredible. But I think that's the kind of quality control that is required. I'm going to ask 4 or 5 quick questions also to find out, to try and get into the mind. Imagine me spending 20 minutes trying to get very well acquainted with AR, sir. But what are you currently listening to?
you.
No. Music. What are you currently listening to music?
No, I don't want to listen to music.
Okay, none? Okay, what are you watching right now on any shows or any film?
I
or
watch a lot of reels.
anything? Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, after fasting time, I watch.
You watch reels.
I watch reels. Yeah.
So,
So you just find out some sometimes you find the most philosophical quote
Right.
on. Sometimes you watch a completely new guitarist
Yeah.
who's just next town.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's fantastic to discover people.
Wow.
Because people evolve. In 3 years, a musician becomes extraordinary sometimes. A singer becomes extraordinary.
True.
And they all find themselves. Finding themselves is the biggest thing, yeah.
How have you stayed so fit over the years with such an erratic lifestyle? Traveling, jet lagging. Are you somebody who really watches what you eat and all that?
I think the credit goes to my wife.
Really?
Yeah, she takes care of my health. She checks up all the medical checks and she will be at me. Yeah, you have to get up. You don't eat now. You want to do this checkup and this and that. She does that and she's amazing.
Is there a fear factor there with you?
No.
Just great partnership.
Yeah.
I think that really helps, man. I think you've got to understand what it entails. Finally, can you see a film and like when you're sort of viewing it back, if you look at these two films, what's the biggest difference you'd see in a Chamkila and Maidaan, apart from the very obvious music part of it? You were making it.
Maidaan is a movie which is going to release in the theater. Chamkila's releasing on Netflix.
This is because, his wit is at such a high end because of 25,000 interviews that have happened.
No, I'm just...
But the process...
But the movie is a movie. I think all the hard work, every frame, every sound,
Yeah.
every second, nanosecond which is gone in is honesty and, a lot of passion and love.
Now, I've asked you this a while back also, but any one of these releases that are coming out, will you be going to the theaters or, do you enjoy the little process of the work that you've done to watch it with the audience? Do you like doing that once in a while?
I am too scary.
Yeah?
Too scary.
But
because problem is, you're not watching the movie, you're finding, that speaker could be, that HF could be better on that speaker. So you get into that thing, it's a tyrant.
Yeah.
So we do check everything and let it, and maybe in the future sometime. Sometimes my wife watches stuff, like she was watching Muthu and Padayappa, Rajinikanth movies.
Yeah.
And I said, can
She
you...
could hear something with the Rajni sir film? Yeah, with the crowd.
So she like, can you just switch it off? No, I love this.
Yeah.
I love that BGM, what you've done.
Yeah.
I said, you're discovering now after 25 years.
I think it really works. With AR, sir, I think one of the most beautiful things that we have is the honesty that is there. And I think he's been so honest to his craft and his profession for the last 30 odd years. And I think he's just going to continue. You know, are you going to be in town for a while? I mean, does Mumbai still have that same vibe for you when you come back in?
Mumbai is always filled with life.
Yeah.
Filled with life and energy and love. Whenever I feel down, I feel like two places to go is Mumbai and New York.
Wow, very similar vibe.
Very similar vibe.
Yeah.
And
when you're upbeat, what is the place that you like to go to?
when upbeat,
When you're upbeat and super happy, if these are the downers that give you a bit of an upper, where when you're super happy and relaxed, which is this...
Dubai.
I think that those everybody want to go there. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. You know, it's just a plethora of films that is coming out. One's on a streaming platform, as AR sir said, which is Chamkila. Maidaan is coming out. It's got Ajay Devgan in there. It's a big football film.
And then Art Jeevitham comes.
Yes, Art Jeevitham is the, you know, and that's also releasing a number of languages. So the beauty of it is that, you know, now with streaming platforms, you can watch it on all languages with great subtitling. And now they've also got audio description, which was not there earlier. So a lot of people couldn't watch the films there. Now they can actually watch that. So which is a great development on streaming. Take care, and I'll see you soon. And like I said, the one and only AR sir with us. You can catch this on the B4U Entertainment website and on television screens all across the world. Just before we go, sir, a lot of London and American fans tune in, especially for this show.
Oh.
Any special message out for them?
Lots of love. Keep listening to our music. More coming. God bless.
Yeah, 2024 has just begun. Bye-bye.